released a report about him recently.
Thank
You
you so much
see,
for bringing up this
people
topic.
were having yeah, people, because I stay close to the man here. I stay close to his church here over here, right? So people are, you know, the BBC reports. People are having like, yeah, the man is a bad man. The man is
Today,
a
today, of
rapist,
course, yeah,
right? The
I have
man
to do.
is this. The man is that. The man is that. But I have a different thought about it. I have a different thought about it. Yes, this man is a woman being. He can do all those nonsense. He can misbehave. He's a woman being. Mistakes. He can do all those things. Yes, and the religion is practicing is not our religion. It's meant from. It's from those people, the same people that report this against him,
You
right?
know,
But I see it different way. I
mhm.
see it different way. Why I see this different way is that I feel that the Britain, the people came with their religion to colonize us and take us as slavery and everything, and they feel that the African people are taking the religion to somewhere else, and it's supposed to be from their side. That's number one step at it. And when you listen to the reports again, the BBC reports again, you discover that most of the things I see, there are a lot of things that might be true, but the rape allegation, I feel it is false. Why? Because is it possible for a man to sleep with different women for good 14
You
years?
know, my brother,
At
my
least they
brother.
said in that
One
report,
thing
they said
about this,
five times in a
nobody,
day. Five times in a day.
nobody. You should not even. Nobody should disturb yourself to calculate or to imagine if those things that they were saying about TV Joshua in BBC News, if it is true or not. Nobody should disturb your mind and to imagine those things. The only questions we should ask BBC here is that the only problem that Africans have? Is that the only problem that they see in Africa that they can fetch out?
Thank
How
you.
many
That's
dozens
exactly.
of terrorist groups in Africa have been created
Have
by
you
these
have you
Western
seen
peoples
BBC reports
and that
about
have been not
Nigeria?
taken to
They've never
BBC?
showed the beautiful
And
places in Nigeria.
when
Only the
all these
place
things,
that
even when
you
TV Joshua do all
where
these
it's
things,
disgusting. They'll look for the.
even when TV Joshua did all these things, why were they not talking about it when TV Joshua was alive? Why are they talking about it when he is already gone? What is the benefit? So, BBC is laughing at Nigerians. And BBC is laughing at the Christian religion in South Africa, those Christians who believe that whatever BBC is fabricating there should be something that they should take it on top of their head and started shouting. BBC is mocking you. BBC is laughing at you. When you have how many wars in Nigeria, how many criminalism in Nigeria, BBC have never taken it up to their news to talk about it because they know it was caused by the Westerners and BBC don't want to talk the truth. So BBC News is mocking Nigerians. After your prophet died, TB Joshua, they started to tell you TB Joshua do this, TB Joshua do that. Why when he was alive? Now what are we going to do? Are we going to dig him in the grave and lock him up in prison? Tell us. Is that BBC trying to tell us that we should wake up TB Joshua in the grave and lock him up? So they should not just try, people, I see many people talking about those things. BBC is just one of the nonsense that I don't like. Al Jazeera News, those are one of the nonsense that I don't like. I am saying this here, and this message should even get to BBC. Come on, we know them. Why do they post PANDI MAICA? Because they were feeling like they have to kill me, they have to assassinate me. That's why BBC was posting me all those while, talking rubbish. I don't need BBC to post me. Before posting me, the problem we have in Africa, why they don't post it on BBC and discuss about those problems we are having in Africa? So TB Joshua is the problem of Africa. So the only problem, all the problems among all the problems in Africa is only TB Joshua that they see as the problem. When we have wars, we have terrorist group in Africa that were created by the Westerners. We have terrorist group that were created by the EU. BBC know it, and BBC is not talking about these things. We have terrorist group that were created by UK government in Nigeria. We have a terrorist group that were created in Sudan and other places by American government. Where is BBC? BBC is not seeing all those things. So it's only TB Joshua. Among all the problems in Africa, it's only TB Joshua they see. After he died, he was not, the time he was alive, they didn't talk about it. So BBC is mocking at Africans, the entire Africa. BBC, they are mocking at us. And we should tell them that we don't need that rubbish. Whoever is, all those white child you see that they were talking rubbish that TV Joshua did it. And why are they not doing it? Why when TV Joshua was alive, they didn't talk about it? They want to get fame, and they have to use Africans to get fame. You know, they wanna use Africa to entitle themselves. And you Africans are following them shouting, TB Joshua did this, TB Joshua is very wicked, TB Joshua is that. Somebody is mocking at you and you are helping that person to mock at yourself. Why are you allowing it, Africans? Nigerians, especially Nigerians. TB Joshua is from Nigeria. We have millions of problems right now in Nigeria that need to be fetched out, that need to be in every news. And BBC know whatever problem that you Nigerians have in your government side, in your politics, about Boko Haram, about this terrorism that is happening in Nigeria. BBC know everything about it. But BBC is not talking damn about this. BBC have never put it on news. Whatever UK is doing to you people there, the British, whatever British are doing to your oil, your Nigerian oil, BBC knows about it. Why they don't talk about it? That UK is stealing your oil still. You people are still suffering. And you people have oil for a decade. You people have been mining that oil in your country. We have not seen any oil factory in Nigeria. BBC knows about it, that UK is the one stealing that oil, British. Why BBC don't talk about that? Why are they talking about nonsense? BBC said nonsense. You know, all those people you see in BBC, you know, and I don't know whether TB Joshua's sister or TB Joshua what, or TB Joshua's daughter, I don't know who is that black fool who go and sit in BBC supporting white people to mock at Africa. And you call yourself an African. You see, we have our own peoples who help them to mock at Africa. It's a big pity, my brothers and sisters. You know, I think I can get the brother who bring up this news, who bring up this topic here, 247, you know. I can bring him up. Let me bring him up, you know, because he was the one who remind me of this topic. I really want to talk about this TB Joshua things, you know, about this BBC, but I forgot about it. So the guy remind me right now, and I become very hot, you know. Guy, you are welcome.
Yeah, I think I have a poor network, you know. That's what
Yeah,
they
yeah,
give to us.
I
We
understand.
get a poor network. You pay heavily for data, but you know you get poor network. So, yeah, really, I was listening to you. You said there's a girl called maybe his daughter. Anyway, that was a adopted, because if you watch the even synagogue have released a video that girl was not his biological daughter. That is just a lady, a girl. You know, they have documentary about how the girl came to the church, like you know. They brought the girl, the mother just brought the girl and dumped the girl at the church gates.
Mm-hmm.
And the man documented, used camera, you know, every step by step. You know, the girl the documentary was long. The girl did a lot of things. The man, after taking to British University, she stole at British University. They suspend her twice before they withdraw her back to Nigeria. She did a lot of things, paying guys to have sex, all sort of things. There are people, you know, the documentary is up to like 2 hours. So
Not
I listened a lot of things about the girl. So the man have to let him go. The man said he's tired. He knows that he's the one that, you know, training from small, but he thinks there's something following her, that she needs to go back to the motherless baby's home. That's why they released her to go back to the motherless baby home. So she escaped from the motherless baby's home, and you know, boom, the man died, and all these people are coming out to say all these things. All these people have been in the church for those period. We have. Do you know how many issues we have in Nigeria?
Thank
That
you so
is
much,
not
my
an
brother.
issue at all, because
That's
that is
why,
an issue that anybody can just treat.
yeah, that's why your country, your Nigerians, you know,
We
I
have
laugh at
banditry.
them and I get
We
angry
have
sometimes
banditry.
at them when
We
I
have
saw them sharing those
extent.
videos and becoming to wonder and becoming to thank BBC for bringing out that news, saying that thanks to BBC bring out this news about TB Joshua when BBC is mocking at you. Come on, BBC know whatever is happening in Nigeria that was caused. Nigeria, you people have oil. And you have been mining that oil for almost 7 years now. Nothing. That oil
7
have no,
years? No, no,
Nigerians
no,
have
no, no,
not
no,
get
no, no.
any benefit from that.
7 years
So,
is more than 30 years. More than
yes,
30
so
years.
that
Nigeria
oil
is
was
the
been
current
mining.
capital of
So where is the oil going?
capital.
All to British land. It
Yeah,
is going to
man.
British. British have been taking away that oil. So why is BBC not concerned about that? Why are they not talking about those things? Why are they not talking about the criminalism, about the government? Why are they not talking about the
Let me just give
humiliation that
you.
the government is doing right now? You know, the secret behind the government, even the Bola
Let me just
Tinubu,
give you.
about the Bola Tinubu file that was handed over to the FBI. Why BBC is not talking about those things?
What,
Why?
let me just give you one instance because you mentioned oil that they've been mining oil. Let me tell you, in there's a record last year they found that in I think is it in Texas in the US, but it's in the US. I can't remember the state particularly that there have been vessels bringing crude oil for more than 20 years to that refinery in the US that does not have trace, but is coming from Nigeria. That's one. There's another one going to Brazil. There's another one going to Poland. No trace. Who are these people? It is from the same British, from the same from the same US, from France. The Boko Haram going on in Nigeria, killing people from the northern side of Nigeria, bombing, kidnapping people is not Nigerian politics. It is from France. I can say it that France is aware of what is happening with the Boko Haram in those
My brother,
borders.
you see about Boko Haram, we realized this that they were sponsor. Even their last sponsor was like from American government. France have been there
Uh-huh.
because France have been there from the beginning. At the end of the day, France, I think they were losing power. So Americans are still the suppliers. You know, so many weapons
Imagine.
have been found in those areas that were the same weapons that were given to Ukraine to defend themselves by Americans.
Exactly.
And we still have France hand in it. That's right. You know, we still have France on the supply to Boko Haram because they were the first peoples to supply weapons to Boko Haram and other things because they were too closer than America. But Americans also were involved because for a moment weapons were found in Nigeria in the Boko Haram hands. Those weapons are the same weapons that were sent to Ukraine to defend themselves by American government.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
BBC
I
is not
remember the
talking
story.
about those bullshit that are happening. American government should be questions. Why those? How do those weapons get to Nigeria? The weapons. You know, so every weapon have a number and where they came from. So all these weapons in the terrorist hand, when you go to Niger, the terrorists that were terrorizing Niger, all their weapons were from EU. So nobody was questioning
Okay.
EU about the weapons that they were sending to Congo. Nobody is questioning EU about the weapon that they were sending to Mali, to the criminals in Mali. Nobody were questioning them, and we know the weapons are from them. We are from them, but nobody is questioning them. Come on, in Congo today, you will find weapons in terrorist hand. They were all from EU. EU. Nobody is questioning EU
Imagine.
or about all these things because everybody feel like EU should not be questioned. Why they should not be questioned? You know, I think we need to think. You know, Khalid, you are highly welcome to the program.
Heavily. We need to think heavily.
Khalid, can
I,
you
I,
hear
I
me?
I think
I think he can't hear me, my brother. Let's continue. Let me pick up someone.
okay. So I think especially see my country, we have a strong woman rights activist here in Nigeria. He's a Pan-Africanist, a socialist. I don't know, maybe you know him, but his name is Omoyele Sowore. He's a Sowore. He has been arrested for the past four
Yeah, so
years.
very good.
Nigeria
When you
about a
say
contested.
so I know, you know. Yeah. So
So so so
mhm.
this guy has like but Nigerians are not ready for people like that. That's the funniest thing. Do you know? I feel because I know that if Nigeria gets this country right, the rest African will get it right.
My brother, do you think for
Because,
Nigeria to get it right, it will be an easy thing? It is a tax on every
bro,
African. I tell you this. It is a tax on every
yeah,
African to make sure that Nigeria make it right. It is not in the power. You people don't have the power to make that country right alone. You can't do it alone because the peoples who are pressing the neck of that country are many. Yes.
honestly,
So we
bro.
need many to free that country from them. They knew what that
100%.
country contained. And they knew where is the standard of that country in Africa. And they don't want to let it go. There are many peoples behind and pressing the neck of Nigeria. And Nigeria need many hands to free themselves from those hands. You know. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah, 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 yeah.
Africa,
You're
we really
right.
need to understand. You know,
You're right.
Chidon, you're highly welcome.
I
Thank you. Thank you. Can I talk now?
Yeah.
I think you are very, very right concerning the problem we are having in Nigeria today. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Because I have been saying it several times, even before now, that
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria is the main reason why Africa are like the way we are today. And I think the only the only way whereby African as a whole can get power to fight the whole world is by eliminating all these criminals call themselves leaders in Nigeria. You know, after this election, I expected, honestly speaking, I expected something like military rule, just like Mali and other countries in Nigeria. But unfortunately, all of them are in the same room. Both military rulers and the head of all of them are in the same room. So there is no way they can fight each other.
Money, my brother.
Yes,
Money.
yes. So if there is any way, if there is any way, because this kind of a thing, I remember in history of Nigeria, there was a year whereby it was planned to bring down all these top leaders in Nigeria. But honestly speaking, I'm sorry to say this, but Igbos were the one who destroyed this plan. They destroyed the plan. You understand? And ever since then, it has become very, very difficult to unite again because it is betraying is a very, very difficult thing in life. When someone betray you, there is even if that person is your father, it's very difficult for you to forgive that person.
hello, my brother.
Hello, Khalid Red. You are highly welcome. You know, I brought the brother down because he made a mistake by mentioning one tribe because it brings tribal problem. So that's why
Yeah,
tribal
yeah,
problem.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
think
really
we
Okay,
should be
appreciate.
so
very
I
exercised
was
with
listening
our
to the
words,
person that
not to
just
mention
finished speaking, and
personal tribes as the
because
problem.
I'm in Nigeria and
Yeah, Khalid Red, you can go on.
Yeah, my brother. I
hello,
really appreciate this opportunity. You know,
network is
I've been
bad.
seeing you on live. The same message you have been preaching. I'm
Mhm.
very sure many of us that are part of the Western world, we are also preaching the same message. Those ones, that is, those ones that are woke. You understand me?
Exactly,
You
because
see,
that's exactly what I wanted to say
Body
right
blow back.
now. Because I
I have
feel
been
like
here.
he has got it wrong. Why is he mentioning tribe? And the funniest part
you
is that the name I'm seeing is and the way he's speaking is from that tribe. So there's no need of bringing saying all these things because Nigerians are in it together.
No,
Nigerians
you
bring the
know,
country down by themselves together,
when
submit
it comes to the
themselves,
problems
surrender
that we are
themselves to
seeing
these,
right now, the only sad part
these
is
bad people to rule them and everything. Nigerian cost it to themselves, not just one tribe, not just one tribe.
my brother. So
Africans
this, so
cost
I'm so
what
sorry. I
happened
was
to us.
actually saying
Africans cost it
something.
to
Yeah.
themselves, not
uh,
just one
brother,
people
can you
or one
please let
tribe.
him, I think,
The funniest
take
part
him
is that
silent.
is still this the same these
Okay,
the
you
same
can,
Americans
brother Khalid,
that
you can
makes us
continue.
divide like this with their religion that they've bring.
Hello.
Yeah, brother, you can continue, Khalid.
Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity once again. My brother, I understand from the aspect where you're talking from. Yeah. You
Mm-hmm.
see, first of all, um, I want us to understand this fact that as a black person, we are not fighting a fight of I am a Nigerian, or you are from Togo, or you are from Benin.
Mm-hmm.
We are fighting a fight of liberation as Africans,
Yeah.
a fight of freedom, the fight that our ancestors left for us to continue, which many of us are not awoke to understand.
Yeah.
I am streaming from the UK. I have opportunity to travel from Africa, and I know the experience that I've gathered. I know the life that I've lived here. I know how it has been in my home country. I understand it. You know what I want to say is this here. This fight is not a fight we can fight by our own self, like you actually mentioned. If you're fighting this fight, we should always remember that even those people that we are trying to fight, they are people that they are working hand in hand with, that are among us, we that are thinking we are fighting that fight, which are the traitors, but they are among us. And this government, they know all these people. So the thing is, individually as a black person, do we know, do we understand why we are living, what we are fighting for? That is the question here. Because many of us as a black person, we don't understand what we are really fighting for. My brother, you will see some people in the UK that I am here. At the age of 40, they are still working for the white person. How long are you going to work for a white person? When are you going to discover yourself? When are you going to discover that you have a right on this planet when you have used all your life working for a white person? So this freedom we all are fighting for, we all need to fight for. It should start from individually, the way we think. And if I would say, one of the most important thing that I can actually contribute to all this thing that is on ground here is our spiritual life spiritually matters. It's not about the religious type of people. Religion has eaten Africa such a way that the Europeans, even then, they know that that is the area that they have used to really, really put us in a place that we would never know the truth. Religion. Religion has caused a lot of things. So individually, if we don't emancipate ourselves from that mentality, from that religion, from that life, from that shackle, I'm not sure there is a way we would come together as a continent, as Africa. We can only be trying, which is what you, my brother, have been trying to preach, what other people have been trying to preach. Before
Thank you so
we,
much,
as
Children.
black
Thank you so
people,
much.
are here outside there talking about the truth, before many of us come out here, there are people like Sankara, there are people like Nelson Mandela, there are people like Kwame Nkrumah that have fought for this freedom that you and I are fighting for today. But we still have some bad ones that are still among us. So to me, if
My
we
brother,
don't individually emancipate ourselves,
it,
freedom can come.
it's not
So
easy
that is just what
to
I have
free
to
up
say.
ourselves. And if we are thinking in this way that we are freeing ourselves for this generation, it is impossible. Freedom starts from the beginning. And where is the beginning? The children who are growing up right now, they are the people who we need to teach. We need to teach them who they are. They need to be prepared for the war ahead. You know, so we have to prepare those peoples because we pass through to be prepared. We cannot be prepared again for this war. We need to prepare the young ones down, the children who are growing up right now, our children. We need to teach them and prepare them for the war ahead because there is a war.
Hmm.
There is a war, and
Big
if
one.
anybody tell you that Africans you can free yourself without no war, without no fight, then that person is fooling you. You must be prepared. Either
Hmm.
mentally war or physical war or spiritual war, then be ready for
Spiritual.
it. This is
Hmm.
what this is how the Westerners are preparing for you because they already knew that you Africans one day you will wake up and you will want to
Wake
free
up.
yourself. So they
Mm.
have to fight
Mm.
with you to cage you If you win, you free yourself. If you don't win, then you still remain in slavery.
Remain.
So they are preparing their children for that war. So it's only we, the Africans, who think like, no, we should not prepare our children for, our children, we only teach them how to pray, how to do this. We say we are displaying our children. We forget about the future of the children, who they should
The truth
become,
behind
where they should
it,
stand for themselves.
one thing we should start now. Sorry to interrupt you. Good evening, my guy. How are you?
Thank you, guy. Continue.
Yeah, I've been watching you many times, and I always support you. You're my guy. I like you so much.
Thank you so much.
Look, what we have to do, or what we have to start doing now, is stop educating our children from the Western education, and educate our children from the Pan-African education. That is the best that we can change their mentality from the West. I have been in the West
Very
for
good. And
more
that's
than
why
35
we need to start with
years.
the children's. That's
Yes,
right.
because when we are going to fight and they have our own education, they will follow up. But if they continue having the Western education, they'll become a puppet to the West.
Of
So
course.
the education of the West is the puppet education. They will
Yeah,
end
because the
up becoming
education of
evil.
the West, sorry, my brother, the education of the West was prepared to give to us so that we will love them more than ourselves and we will believe them more than
Exactly.
ourselves. And that's what is happening
Exactly.
today.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
when we don't drop that, we will still follow them because we believe they have everything due to the education system that they gave to us. And we need
Yeah.
to drop those education systems to pick up our own education system. That's why the children need to be prepared mentally, physically
Yeah.
for the war ahead.
Yeah.
The children who
Of
are growing
course.
up right now. If not, we can't do nothing. And those children will come, they can't do nothing. They will still talk. If they don't still prepare their own children for the war ahead, they can still do nothing. Because we were not prepared. That's why we are sitting here today talking. When we were prepared by our fathers from our childhood, today we will not be sitting here talking. We will be on another level. So
Well,
the only
yes.
thing Africans fail to understand is liberation start with the children, with the beginning. From the beginning means